Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Danny Leonard. I'm the founder of Aftermath Marketing, and this video is made for motivated online fitness entrepreneurs who want to grow their business by 50% or more in under 90 days using strategically placed content. I'm going to break down everything for you guys. But before I dive into anything at all, listen, I get it. You've been pitched digital marketing a million times in the past. You've probably already been pitched a million times this year, and we just passed the halfway mark of 2020, so I completely understand. So before I dive into everything, I'm going to show you case studies. I'm going to show you clients that we've worked with, and I'm going to show you the numbers. I'm going to show you the data, how much we made them, how much money we made them, because at the end of the day, I know that's what matters. So this is the Frog. I'm sure you remember this piece of equipment. And as you can see, it said $0 to $20,099 in 60 days. And here are the ads, the ad numbers. So as you can see, in 30 days between December 9th and January 9th, we spent on ads $1,657.72, as you can see in the bottom right and at the top. And in that time, we grossed back $20,099 in that same time period. The net was $11,110, which made the net ROI 6.7x in cash back. So that's one. And then another one, Doc Farhan, you may have heard of him before. He sells a product online called Aphro-D, which is a testosterone building product. And he's the person on the left with the red arrow pointing to him. Greg O'Gallagher's on the right. And before implementing the strategy, they were doing 2K page views, 322 add to carts, and 25 purchases within a month. Those are solid numbers. They do a high subscription value, which is great. And after implementing the strategy, we got them to 6.1K page views, 1.2K add to carts, and 137 purchases, which is over a 5.48 increase in sales. So I wanted to show you these really quickly because, like I said, I know you've been pitched digital marketing. So I wanted to show, hey, this actually works. I get it. So now I want to introduce, okay, who is this for? Okay, I want to make sure that whoever watches this actually understands that this is going to save them a ton of time. Okay, so this is for those of you who already have a fitness personality brand and is already growing. Maybe you're at the 50,000 a month, 100,000 a month, and maybe even farther than that, but you want to get to that next level. You want to scale it to the moon. This is perfect for you. Maybe you have a fitness personality brand, but it's plateaued. You've got to that 50,000 a month mark and it's not growing anymore. Even if you keep dumping money into ads, it's just not working. This is going to be excellent for you. Maybe you're a gym owner, and after the coronavirus outbreak, I'm recording this in 2020, so we're still kind of in the middle of it. A lot of gyms have gone out of business and a lot have moved online, and you want to move your services and products online, whether it's online one-on-one calls through Zoom or FaceTime, or you want to do online training programs or both. This is perfect for you. This is ideal. This is how you can really kick this off. And then supplement companies. We've worked with a lot of supplement companies. Doc Farhan was essentially a supplement company. Aphro-D is a supplement. Now, who is this not for? If you don't have a business, don't watch this video. And you don't want to start a business, this isn't for you. If you don't have a product ready to launch, or if you don't even have if you don't have a product at all, you haven't even thought of a product, you've just kind of got some social media pages, this isn't for you. We'd want to take action on this. We don't want you guys to take action on this. And I want to make it clear, those of you who are conservative about spending money is actually completely okay. It's okay to be skeptical. Like I said, I know you've been pitched digital marketing. I'm willing to bet you've worked with a marketing agency and it did not work out. With that being said, super skeptics, this probably isn't going to work out, because if you're going into it with a negative mindset, thinking, oh, this isn't going to work no matter what, it's probably not going to work out. I'm just willing to bet, right? And at the end of the day, the biggest one, those who are not willing to put in any work, those who are willing to not put in any effort at all, who think, hey, I'm just going to give this stuff to you guys and it's going to be a magic turnkey system and I'm going to make a lot of money. Not going to work. We want to work with people who want to work with us as a team, with a team effort. That's how it really grows really fast and becomes a lot of fun. So I want to go over some trends that we're seeing in the market, and a lot of you probably already know this, but to be more analytical with it, 54% of consumers want to see more video content from a brand or business they support. So the reason that's significant is because the Instagram and Facebook organic reach is under 1%. So in other words, if 100,000 people follow you and you post, not many of them are going to see it at all, right? It's just it's a pay to play. So the ones who do see it, you want that to be significant, and video is what they want. So video is key. We're going to go over video. By 2022, it's currently 2020, 82% of all global internet traffic will come from video streaming and downloads. That's big because it's basically saying the internet is essentially just going to be overtaken by video completely. And it essentially is, but it's just growing even more. Video marketers get 66% more qualified leads per year through video. Now, if you're selling a product, this is still important because you still want them to be qualified when they go to the checkout page. You don't want, I'd rather have 100 people go to a checkout page and 99 buy than 1 million people go to the checkout page and none of them buy, right? That doesn't help you. And last but not least, bottom right picture, 85% of all internet users in the United States watched online video content monthly on any of their devices, whether that's a phone, a tablet, an iPad, a laptop, a desktop, anything. And I'm willing to bet that other than this video, you have done the same thing as well, right? So a couple key points throughout this video. Online fitness companies and personality brands as a whole, they fail not because they can't help people reach their fitness goals. They can do that, right? They can build their products around their knowledge. They can even price their products properly, completely. They can create content. Creating content isn't the difficult part. It's creating strategic content. I even seen companies that can market their products effectively, but they still fail. And it's because they create everything, their products, content, brand itself. They don't create it from a deep psychological thought process and perspective that helps people buy and justifies their entire company without even having to create a video that justifies it, right? And that really just leads them to getting any traction at all and eventually just running out of money. And the worst part is even though they know they can help people truly change their lives, it all kind of, unfolds because no one ends up buying and eventually the money runs out. And Aftermath Marketing is one of the only firms that I've seen that specifically works with this very tight niche group of people. And the reason we did that is because we wanted to get the exact KPIs or key performance indicators because we wanted a roadmap. We know if we hit these numbers, we're going to get results and we're going to get some good results very easily. We just wanted a system. We wanted to make it very efficient. And we can do it efficiently and obviously profitable. That's the goal. Now, a little background on me because a lot of you people probably have no idea who I am, which I get. I completely understand. So a little bit about me. I started my entrepreneurship career at 18 and I started doing door-to-door sales. And those of you who have done sales know it's tough. Those of you who have done door-to-door sales know it's tough as hell, right? And at the beginning, like anyone, I didn't know what I was doing as one of the bottom producers. And in 4 months, I eventually began to lead a team. I just got really motivated into it. And the idea of controlling my own income and creating something I became infatuated with it. I was never introduced to that at a younger age. And eventually that led to me creating my first company, which is called Proud to Be Healthy, or it was. The reason why is I was an athlete for the vast majority of my life, and I was really into, lifting weights again at 18. And a lot of my friends who were in college, who were getting the freshman 15, asked me to help them get in better shape. So I said, yeah, and then I just created this clothing line around it. And it eventually led to me being more interested in the online advertising space. How can I, create these ads in this website and the copy? It just became a lot more interesting to me. And I eventually created a company called Optimum Internet Marketing, and we offered all kinds of services, SEO, PPC, social media management, ads, websites, the whole 9 yards really. And we worked with any local business in my area. I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I eventually shut it down. I didn't really gain any traction. I didn't really have a clear roadmap on what I was doing. And I eventually became a salesperson at a lead generation company. And that eventually didn't really work out within the company. The company didn't really work out itself. So I came back early 2019, restarted the agency, called it Aftermath Marketing, and basically decided to do the complete opposite of what I did before with Optimum, which I created essentially a not-to-do list, and I didn't do those actions. So I went very niche down, and the reason I chose the fitness and personality brand spaces is because I was a consumer of those spaces. I was already into fitness. I was an athlete. I bought supplements. I bought programs and all those things. And same with the personality space. From those who sell courses, I bought multiple courses in the past, and I could reverse engineer what I would want to see, and it worked really well. I decided, hey, I'm going to be great at a very select few of niches, excuse me, rather than being okay at all of them. And it worked. So now let's dive into the action steps, okay? Now I'm going to go through the steps themselves, and I'm also going to go through very specific actions to take, and I'm going to break them all down. Step 1, get to know your future customers in detail. We're going to find out everything about them. And I know that sounds very obvious, right? But give me a quick second. So before we do any advertising, whether that's creating a funnel or ads or anything, we need to know exactly who we're advertising to. And this is how, me being a consumer of the fitness industry helped me out a ton, because I already knew exactly what type of contents and ads and social media posts I would want to see from a brand that I would want to buy for. So really quickly, get out a piece of paper or a Word document and write down these specific questions and answers. Number 1, how would your ideal customers describe themselves? How old are they? Male or female? What do they like to do? What are their activities? What are they already doing? Get really specific. What social channels are they on? Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn. If they're a little bit older, they're probably more on Facebook than Instagram. If they're a little bit younger, they're probably on Instagram more than Facebook. What are some of their likes on Facebook? So to find that out, go to a profile, click on more on their profile, click on the drop-down menu, and then click likes, and you'll get them right there. Write them down, and then when you do that for about 5 people, you're going to see some consistencies, and you're going to know, okay, cool, I'm hitting the sweet spots. Who do they follow on Instagram? Really easy, just go to their following, and you'll see the same thing. Same thing with YouTube. Who are they watching on YouTube? What type of people? What type of influencers who we can target? What are their professional dreams and goals? Where do they want to be at? How much money do they want to be making? What are their personal dreams and goals? This is big. Do they want to be X amount of shape and why? That's big. Putting in why. That's really, really, really important. What are some of their past failures? Maybe they've tried a workout program and it got them results, but it was boring, or they didn't get any results and they just wasted a ton of time and they wasted a bunch of money. Maybe they bought a supplement that said it's going to make them feel X, Y, and Z, and they took it and didn't feel any different. What have they tried in the past and just absolutely bombed, right? And what were they trying to achieve with those products? And then what are some of their fears? This can tie into the question before, but what are some of their fears? It's buying a supplement, just totally wasting their money. It's wasting their time. Or you can go very, very deep emotionally. It's, getting so out of shape that they, get heart disease and, die before one of their kids' weddings. I mean, you can get really, really emotionally deep into this, and you need to. So, if you already have customers, or if you know someone who would be perfect for your offer, reach out to them. Have a conversation. If you speak to 3 or more people who you already know personally who would be ideal customers, you'll start to see some serious connections with each of these answers. Don't be afraid. Use your network. To sum it up, interviewing customers improves copy and saves time. Once your customers tell you what they want, you'll know exactly how to present it to them after this video. Pretty easy, right? You can't really know how to present something to them if you don't even know what they want. If a lot of customers tell you they want a protein powder that will help them gain muscle, and they all say, I don't care if I gain a little bit of, fat, I just want to get big, right? You know what to put in your copy. Pretty easy, right? Hey, this protein powder, I know you want to get in better. I know you want to get bigger. I know you want your bench to go up, guys. And I know you don't really care if you get a little bit, bigger, but this is going to do X, Y, and Z. And they know, oh, wow, that's exactly what I want. Some questions, some common questions that we get about this topic. What if I don't know who my ideal customer is, or I don't even know what platform they're on? So other than the exercise at the beginning, another good way is to think of who you personally can relate to the most. And this is really good if you're thinking of a product or an offer. So if you're a guy who's 43, you most likely know what guys in their 40s want. And same thing with if you're like a woman in your 20s or 30s. Pretty simple. Right? And to find out which platform they're on, know that Facebook, like I said, is more older and Instagram is more younger. But you can also go into the Facebook audiences section in the ads manager and type in some interest, and you'll be able to find out the exact amount of active Facebook users who like certain interests and live in certain demographics and geographical locations. And what are these insights exactly going to help us with? And it's literally everything from building the funnel copy, building the funnels themselves, creating the videos, creating the ads, email marketing, the follow-up, everything. The entire advertising is going to be built around your customers and their needs and their wants, obviously. Step number 2, understand the strategy from a bird's eye view. So we can all agree that a customer buys from any business when they know you, like you, and trust you. Makes sense. So let's look at 2 different scenarios. Number 1, you receive a cold call or a message or an email from someone you've never heard of and never spoken to in the past, and their first contact with you is them just straight up pitching their offer. How many times have you bought something right from the initial contact? You've probably maybe been interested, but hey, let's do another call. I want a demo. I want an appointment or something like that. It's very rare that they pitch. And even the appointment, that's even tough. Like the closing ratio for a salesperson is very, very slim. The reason why is because it's all in the follow-up, right? They want to know you, like you, and trust you, and same thing in the other way around. Now, scenario number 2, you receive a cold call email or a LinkedIn message from someone you've already, you've known them for years, you've spoken before, and they let you know about an offer. Which of those scenarios are you more likely to buy within the next 24 or 48 hours? Probably scenario number 2. I'm just willing to bet, right? So how do we get them interested? How do we get them so interested into your brand that they are ready to buy fast? How do we shorten that sales cycle? Easy. You provide a ton of value, and you show them that you can help them with the problem that they're looking to solve. And the same principle really does apply to digital advertising as it does with cold calls and anything like that, and standard sales processes. If you don't provide value and introduce yourself first, you're just going to end up getting crazy high, conversion rates. And by crazy high conversion rates, I really mean it's going to cost a lot of money to get a sale. That's what I really meant to say. And then the cost per lead could end up being more than the gross income. And what I mean by that is, for instance, if a cost per sale or a sale is $50 in gross, you could end up getting leads for $50, which obviously doesn't help, right? It could even be more. And that's just gross, not net. Right. And that's just going to leave you really, frustrated and just simply pissed off. And if you think of like the biggest fitness influencers in the world, Kino Body or Grego Gallagher, Christian Guzman, Jen Selter, Michelle Lewin, they all have big names. They're all doing 7 and 8 figures. They have the power to be able to post on their social media and make, $50,000. And they don't do that without having a large amount of people who already know and like and trust them. But it started with a small group of fans. They created a fan base that knows them, likes them, and trusts them. So here's the strategy from a bird's eye view, like very simplification of it, very simplified. There's 3 videos, and then there's a call to action ad, and then a landing page. Obviously, we're going to focus on the 3 videos in the CTA ad. Video 1 is more of a highlight reel. We're just going to grab their attention. Then the only people who can watch video number 2 have to watch 10 seconds and above of video 1. You might be asking why. So statistically, the average person on Facebook and Instagram watches just 1.9 seconds of a video and then will immediately scroll away. So when we retarget someone who watched 10 seconds and above, and we only retarget those people, we're just pre-qualifying them. They're 5 times more engaged and interested in you, your brand, your product, and your offer than anyone else. Pretty easy. Video 2 is more of painting a picture. So you can paint the picture of this is what you can get from my product. This is the benefit, and then here's the side effect you could help prevent. And I'll go into a lot more detail. You just don't want to plug your product in quite yet. You don't want to say this, my product can help you get this. You say, here's the benefit of having this. So high testosterone with Doc Farhan, here's the benefit of having high T. You can have all these things, more energy, more focus, motivation. And then here's what could happen to you if you have low testosterone. You could have, low energy, low sex drive, all these things. You paint that picture. Video number 3, easy, testimonials, right? At the end of the day, if you say your product is the best, people will still be skeptical. But when 100 people say your product is the best, it's probably going to push them over the edge. And then the call to action ad, hey, buy my product, get my offer, boom. And it's a funnel. Right? It's not a funnel like on ClickFunnels, but it's a funnel through Facebook. Video 1, video 2, video 3, call to action ad funnel, boom, buys. So what type of objectives do we use? So for the first 3 videos, so videos 1, 2, and 3, we use the engagement campaign objective. And then for the call to action ad, we use conversions, not traffic. The reason why is traffic, it tells the algorithm, hey, get this in front of the people who are most likely to just click on the link, which I don't care about. Conversions is people who are most likely to buy. Like I said before, I'd rather get 100 people to get onto your landing page and 99 buy than 1,000 people go onto your landing page and none of them buy. So to sum it up, using strategic content and retargeting saves money and it increases revenue. Pretty easy. This will allow you to save tens of thousands and even hundreds of thousands of dollars in ad budget because you're just pre-qualifying people. And here's the thing, Facebook will actually start to push your ads in front of your competition themselves since you're using the algorithm. And I'll go into that more. And you'll have the best possible first impression with your customers. At the end of the day, we all know that the fitness industry is very saturated. There's a lot of people who offer products and offers and programs and all these things. But when you come at it with this angle, that you're going to stand out immediately. They're going to be blown away. Some common questions. The number one, how does this strategy work with Facebook's algorithm? So Facebook's algorithm wants people to stay on the platform. Pretty easy. Facebook wants people to stay on Facebook, right? So when you immediately launch an ad that brings people off, they don't really like that. That's why sometimes the cost per sale and everything else could be insanely high. So when you run engagement campaigns, you're keeping people on the platform and people love that. And on top of that, Facebook loves video. They're not dumb. They know that the internet is trending towards video. So they push more video. They want you to put more video out there, right? So when you do both, why the algorithm is just going to simply be like, oh, wow, like they're doing exactly what we want. Let's move them forward. Pretty easy. How much does it cost to get someone to watch at least 10 seconds of a video? It could be anything from a penny to $1. I've seen it less than a penny, but anything more than $1, it's probably not ideal. And do we post these videos on our pages or do we just run them as ads? And the engagement campaigns, the first three, video 1, 2, and 3, are engagement campaigns. You post them on your page just like any post. You don't add a button or anything like that. You post it, add a headline, put some copy, all good. And then when you go and create the ads, all you do is use existing posts on the creative end of creating the ad, and boom, you're done. When it comes to conversions, you do upload that as an ad. You don't post that on the Facebook page. Do we run these ads and videos at the same time? Or do we run video 1, stop it, video 2, stop it, video 3? Great question. I actually made this mistake at first years ago. You want to run all three at the same time because all their audiences are growing more and more. The more people who watch video 1, the more people are going to watch video 2, the more people are going to watch video 3 and just be filtered down. And it just becomes this never-ending cycle, right? So they run simultaneously. So you can post video 1 on a Monday, launch that engagement campaign the same day, video 2 on Tuesday, video 3 on Wednesday. Pretty easy. And do we post the conversion ads on the Facebook page? And I know I answered that before, but I want to reemphasize, no, you do not. You upload that to the Facebook Ads Manager when you're creating the ad. And what ad objectives do we use for each video? I get this question a lot, and I know I've already answered it about 3 times. I'm going to reemphasize it one more time. Engagement for the first 3, conversion for the last. Step number 3. Get to know the cognitive biases and how they help. Now, you might be asking me, Danny, what the hell are cognitive biases? So a cognitive bias is a systematic error in thinking that occurs when people are processing and interpreting information in the world around them and affects their decisions and judgments that they make. Essentially, it's their subconscious telling them this is a good idea to buy or this is a bad idea to buy. So we're going to go over 3 specific cognitive biases. There's a lot more, and I'll go into that. But number 1, authority. So the tendency to attribute greater accuracy to the opinion of an authority figure and be more influenced by that opinion. Humans generally have a deep-seated duty to authority and tend to comply when requested by an authority figure. So some examples of this in the videos, clips of you on stages, people looking at you, small groups of people looking at you if you trained a lot of people, and even people in the fitness space that are also authorities that can help you out and them saying your name. We're going to go into all this. Number 2, social proof. This is pretty obvious. So we view a behavior as more correct in a given situation to the degree that we see others performing it. So basically, when other people are promoting you, they're going to obviously listen. When you say you're the best, okay. But when other people say you're the best, that's a different level. When other people say you're the best and they're also authority figures, that's the best case scenario. Curiosity is a pleasant motivational state involving the tendency to recognize and seek out novel and challenging information and experiences. So for instance, what is the result of this? Or who is this person as the title of a headline? The video number 1, the highlight reel, is going to trigger all 3 of these cognitive biases. because you're going to have authority figures and clips of you on stages and everything. But for the curiosity, they're going to be wondering, well, who is this person? I can't believe I haven't heard of this person before. And then that's where it all starts to unfold. So to sum it up, leveraging the cognitive biases through content is the key to creating winning ads. So you're going to know exactly what your customers want after the first exercise. And now you know exactly how to present it to them, right? Cognitively. And they will subconsciously completely sell themselves on your product if you do this right. And they're not only going to buy, but they're going to become a part of your brand for life. And they're going to promote you organically. Pretty crazy. So some questions. Okay, so how many cognitive biases are there? Only 3? And there are a lot of cognitive biases. And we're going to use all of them throughout the marketing process at strategic times. But if you want to learn more, there's the Wikipedia link. But type in to Google, cognitive biases Wikipedia, and there's going to be just a list of cognitive biases. And you can read all about them. And another one that we get, does color psychology play a role in all of this? And it absolutely does. A little bit less so on the ads and the videos themselves, unless we're adding graphics in or call to actions, like when you say, hey, get my offer, and then a red arrow will appear, because red is attention. That's why red cars get pulled over statistically more than any, because it just grabs people's attention. But we mostly use that throughout the funnel, the buttons, call to actions, and anything like that. So step number 4, map out and strategically design each of your videos. So we're going to be going through a checklist as to what you need to have in each video, a blueprint, a breakdown for each. And then I'm going to show you in this video videos that we used and break down what was in each video and how you guys can do the exact same. So let's go over the blueprints. Video 1, the highlight reel introduction, its engagement campaign. You're establishing all 3 biases in this video. Do not have a logo at the beginning. No one cares about your logo. Just being honest, I made that mistake. Clips to have. So you want to be you on stage, speaking to a crowd, other influencers, talking with you or saying your name, you speaking to a group of people, or even pictures of you in the news. We can create that as like a 2-second clip of it slowly zooming in. That's big. It should be 1 to 3 minutes long, depending on the platforms. If you are using Instagram, it has to be under 60 seconds long. Okay. And keep in mind, the people who are seeing your video, they don't know who you are. They've probably never heard of you, and they don't care about you and your offer. They just don't. They want to know why you're the best, why you are an authority figure, why they should trust you, and that's what we're doing. Side note, add some motivational music, upbeat music. Think of it as, video 1 being you're introduced to the hero. It's the hero's story, right? It's right here. And then video 2 could be, it could be a little bit down if you're doing like the preventive side effect. And then video 3, the testimonials, is the ultimate, hero's journey, right? Video number 2, this is showing people the benefit that your product or service provides, or the negative side effect that it helps them prevent, right? So you're basically, painting a picture, so to speak. Example, if you have high T, you'll be able to feel this, high, motivation, energy, and all those things. And did you know that if you have low T, you'll start to feel, lethargic and unmotivated. You don't get any work done. And people will start to watch and be like, wow, that's exactly how I feel. And they'll start to relate with you. Now, the cool thing about these video 2s is this can be done completely through B-roll with a voiceover, which is obviously a lot easier. Same rule applies though. If it's over 60 seconds, it won't be on Instagram. And you're really just educating your audiences through the videos. Like I said, I'm going to show you examples. Music is big, high, more upbeat motivational music for the benefits. And you want it to be a little lower, dramatic, dark for the side effect. You're painting that picture, and music is a big part of that. Side note, make sure the music isn't louder than your voice, or there's no point of this video. They won't even hear you. That goes in the video editing. Just if you have an editor, make sure that doesn't happen. And you're really just painting a picture for your clients, for your future customers, of what they can have. What could their life be like? Or what could it be like if they go down this dark road? That's bad. Video 3, this is where you start to manage people's beliefs and buying motives. And you're using stories and or social proof. So if you have a testimonial, one specific testimonial that is crazy powerful, that's big. You can use that testimonial as the video 3, or even as the ad. You can use video 3 as a conversion ad if you feel like, hey, you're getting good engagement on the first two. And at the end of the day, understand that people buy for different reasons. And we mapped out those reasons at the very beginning. So keep that in mind when you're creating video 3 and the conversion ads. Testimonials, at the end of the day, the main part of this video, or at least one of them. And people, when they buy from you, like I said, when you say you're the best, it's one thing. When other people say you're the best, it's another thing. When a ton of people say you're the best, it'll sell people. Same rule for Instagram applies. It has to be under 60 seconds. And this is upbeat music. This is the hero's journey, right? This is your customers are the heroes, right? Show that. Conversion ads, you're going to make your pitch. You're going to be creating 3 to 5 different angles and hooks. People buy for different reasons. Direct response marketing. You could also do Instagram story ads, because at the end of the day, when they're going through their stories and they've watched your videos, they're going to be scrolling through and say, oh, I know that person. Oh my God, right? That's what you want. They go, oh, I know this person. Wow, he does this. We want them to think of X offer with this. You help people with this, and whenever they think of that benefit, they immediately think of your name. We want you to become the name in that specific benefit. High testosterone, Doc Farhan. That was our goal. Quick side note, make sure your Facebook pixel is set and the event for lead or purchase is set, as well as the custom conversion so you can optimize the ads for leads or sales and not traffic. So let's go over the breakdown of real-time videos. Okay, so here is video number 1 for Farhan. I'm going to let you guys watch it.
Dr. Farhan here.
I just want to introduce my good friend, Farhan.
I'm here in Miami with Doc Testosterone, the world-renowned neuroscientist, and his specialty is probably, as you guessed, increasing your testosterone.
So we just watched Farhan's first video, and as you can see, the first clip is him with Elliot Hulse, who's a big fitness influencer. Immediately gives him a shout out and his name appears so people know who he is. Doc Farhan, boom, and it's Elliot Hulse promoting him. People go, I know Elliot, wow, this guy must be legit. And then it's all immediately followed by other clips of him with Ronnie Coleman, RSD Tyler, Kinobody, Brandon Carter, and notice how we put in their names. We didn't just show the clips, we put in, Ronnie Coleman, RSD Tyler, who promoted him, Kinobody, all these guys. And notice how we use the audio clips of Elliot Hulse and RSD Tyler giving him shout outs. That's just icing on the cake. And we also had someone explain who he was and what he did. He didn't, someone else did. And notice how there's also quick clips of slides that show, who he is and what he does. That's really big. So people, it's just enough. It's people going, oh, so he helps people with testosterone, but it's not enough for them to make a conclusion. That's where you really draw them in, right? And notice how the average clip only lasts a few seconds. It's boom, boom, boom. It keeps them engaged, right? It keeps them watching. And we also inserted the fact that he's helped thousands of men across the world. And on top of that, we inserted multiple quotes from those men as well as the clips of them using his product. And notice how the title is, Who is Doc Farhan Really? And that was the ultimate curiosity. So now let's watch video number 2, and this will be the benefit.
A lot of guys aren't really aware of the advantages and benefits of having high T levels. What will happen to your life in terms of happiness, masculinity, well-being if you have high T levels? T is the man molecule. It's the man hormone. I want to cover main benefits of having high T levels in this video. Let's start with muscle gains, bone density, red blood cell count. Growth hormone protein synthesis are dependent on T levels. Second one, bedroom performance. Never-ending appetite, that never-ending energy in the bedroom is something that guys with high T have. Status. Jeff Bezos, Dan Bilzerian, anyone that has that energy, that passion for life, that drive, that edge, has high T levels. The fourth thing, energy, drive, passion, edge. When you wake up in the morning, you want to be full of life. You want to have that edge over the competition. And if you have high T levels, then you have endless energy to do whatever you want.
So we just watched the benefit video number 2. These can all be found on his Facebook page, by the way. Notice in the first 6 seconds, he immediately mentions what his video is going to be about. Benefits and advantages of high T levels. Sets the tone right there. He then asks a question about their lives to draw them in, right? Curiosity. He then goes into educating the potential customers on what exactly testosterone is. And he used it with a graph, right? Or with that type of, animation is a great way to put it, right? So he built his authority by educating people. And notice how it was all B-roll and it matches what he says in the video, right? You want to match that up and make sure it does. And he goes over 4 points that we both knew and we mapped out that his audience absolutely craved. And he already knew it. He was excellent at this. He used high-profile examples in point number 3 as well when he put in Dan Bilzerian, for instance. And people go, oh my God, I know who that is. I know exactly who that is. So he kind of connected the dots. Upbeat music throughout the whole video, and it's all B-roll, and he just painted a picture of what your life could be like as a man if you have high testosterone. Notice, this is important, notice how he isn't saying his product is the solution. He's just stating a few facts about testosterone and educating his audience. The goal is that when someone thinks of increasing testosterone or testosterone in general, I want them to immediately think of Farhan. So it's not, he didn't paint that whole thing and then go, an Aphro-D is your solution. He just educated. That's it. That's all he did. Now we're going to watch video number 2, but the preventative side effect, preventing the side effect of having low T.
No one has really conveyed the harms of having low T. Testosterone is the male hormone. It's responsible for everything that is masculine. T levels in men have been declining. Your T is probably lower than your dad's, and his is probably lower than his dad. I'm going to talk about harmful effects of having low T levels. 1. Bedroom performance. The one thing that T levels correlate with more than anything else is that drive in the bedroom, having the appetite to do it. If you have low T levels, you'll kind of be lazy in the bedroom. Muscle gains, protein synthesis, red blood cells, growth hormone, bone density correlates very highly with T levels, getting the body that you want, getting results. It won't happen if you have low T. Guys who have low T tend to have a lot of estrogen in the body, things like gynecomastia and man boobs and belly fat physically. The third, energy. Feeling groggy in the morning, being exhausted in the evening. This is not a way to live life.
So we just watched video number 2, and it's essentially the benefit one, but backwards, right? First few seconds, he establishes what exactly the video is about. It explains what testosterone is, and then he uses a graph to show all the proof and the animation. And he hit home emotionally, stating men are becoming weaker. That's a bold claim. That's a bold statement, and it grabbed a lot of attention. It's controversial. He wasn't afraid to be controversial, and you shouldn't be either. He goes over 3 points that are mentioned in the benefits video, but explains them from a totally different perspective. And he's still painted the picture for a customer, but from a totally different perspective. It was completely fear-driven. Man, if you have low T, this can happen to you. And they're sitting there like, I don't want that to happen to me. Hell no, right? They're watching going, oh, maybe they're watching, oh, wow, that is how I feel. Wow, someone understands, right? And he still didn't directly plug his product as a solution. He still did the same thing. He educated, and then the music was slower and darker throughout the video, right? So now let's watch video number 3.
I've been taking Aphro-D for a couple of months now.
3 weeks.
4 or 5 months now.
Ever since I first got it, I've been taking it.
I'm up 25% since I've been taking Aphro-D.
300 to like 580, almost doubled, so that's crazy.
All the way up to 792.
I've lost fat and I've put on muscle.
More of a pump in the gym.
More energetic and masculine and more like driven.
That Aphro-D really has given me the edge.
Like that, like as if back when I was in high school.
But just confidence, performance.
So much more energy.
That focus, energy. My sleep is perfect.
So many good effects from Aphro-D. Just killing it in everything right now.
So we just watched video number 3. This is the testimonial compilation. Upbeat music. It was the hero hits the goal, like hits the journey. There's this big transformation, but Farhan's not the hero, his customers are, right? Same thing with you. You have a story, but the emphasis is on the people you've helped. Quick clips of people promoting the product, not him. None of the clips last more than a few seconds. It's boom, 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 right? He also added the videos and images of the product itself next to the testimonials. I didn't tell him to do that. His video team did that, and it was incredible. So we actually ended up using that as a conversion ad as well, and it converted very well. So if you can do that, do it. If not, no big deal. That's definitely not, imperative. And notice how he also got numerical results from his customers as well as the other benefits. So he put in more energy, more focus, and better workouts, but he also put in their T levels were here and now they're here. So if you can put in they lost this amount of weight in this amount of time, that's huge. And he put in a call to action at the end because we saw how engaged people were with videos 1 and both of videos 2 that I said, hey, we got to do this. We're not going to add the button. When you're creating the engagement campaigns, don't add the button, but we still put his website in that. And like I said, this could be used as a conversion ad. So to sum it up, mapping out each video in detail helps build a winning brand and more revenue simply. Really, it's easy. You have a crystal clear map to follow for each video, and you have examples. You know exactly what to do, how to do it, and in what order and why now. And you'll be able to create captivating content that your customers will not just enjoy to watch, but will also be sold on you and your product. And your brand name, just as a side piece of all of this, it's going to explode. It's going to double in the next 90 days at the least, right? So a couple of questions that we get. Danny, do I need to get a professional videographer? Not necessarily. If you already have a good amount of those clips that you need, and really video 1 is the only one that you really need to record, then just get an editor and put it all together. Now, what if you're not comfortable on camera? I hear this all the time. No one is comfortable on camera at first. Even the biggest name actors weren't comfortable on camera at first. But at the end of the day, your customers want to hear from you, obviously. And the best way to deliver that message is through video. That's what they want. So give it to them, right? Don't fight that. They're not going to like that. It's not easy at first, but it slowly will get easier as you practice and you go through and you record a lot. It's okay to mess up. It's fine. It's totally fine. Sometimes the mess ups are funny. How many times have you looked at a blooper reel on YouTube or something from a movie you thought was hilarious and the bloopers are even funnier, right? So don't be afraid to mess up. Just enjoy it. Have fun. Don't take it too seriously. Now, what if I don't have clips of me on stage or speaking with groups of people? So using any clips of people promoting you, this is mostly for video 1, but using any clips of people promoting you works really well. So if you have testimonials, use some of those testimonials in the first few seconds of the video 1. It's fine. We can reuse them. It's not a big deal. But at the end of the day, if you do have those clips, use them. But if you only have the testimonials, it's fine. At the end of the day, we just want people to show that you're just not promoting yourself through your own ego. It's other people. Excuse me. Another route to do is going more controversial. For instance, Grego Gallagher did this perfectly with the real Bruce Wayne revealed video, right? And it got over 3 million views, and only 1 million was through paid. The other 2 million were organic, people tagging other people, right? So go to YouTube and type in the real Bruce Wayne revealed by Grego Gallagher, and you'll see. It's very controversial. He calls out a lot of what the fitness industry has preached, ties in his own story, and it did incredible. On top of that, a lot of the biggest fitness entrepreneurs and influencers on social media did a video attacking him, which just promoted him. That's what he wanted. Step number 5, check your KPIs to see if your videos are resonating with your customers. At the end of the day, this is the most important part, right? So look at it like this. It's the flow. How do we know if your audiences are resonating with your videos, right? So if video 1 has 1,000 views, video 2 has 800, video 3 has 600, and then you get 400 people to watch the conversion ad, and then you get 300 sales. You did really good. That's a consistent flow. It's not going to be 1,000 people watch video 1, 1,000 watch video 2. It's going to be more consistent. It's going to be a little bit obviously down, but you're pre-qualifying people, and it'll just eventually lead to sales. Now, if 1,000 people watch over 25% or 10 seconds of video 1, and 200 people watch over 10 seconds of video 2, you have a big blockage that people don't like the messaging of video 2, and you got to fix it. I didn't even put the sales part in on this graph because you ain't going to get any sales. Now, In the Facebook Ads Manager, click on columns, and it most likely says performance next to it. It did just update a few days ago after I recorded this, but click on columns, view setup button will appear, custom columns. This is when you're creating the ads themselves and you're checking the ad results. You can type in then 3 seconds of video view, 10 seconds, 25%, 50%, 75%, 95%, and 100%. And you can also put an average view time, and you'll be able to see, okay, the average view time probably is going to be over 10 seconds, but you still want to see a solid amount of flow throughout the video and throughout all the other videos. So for instance, if 1,000 people watch 3 seconds of the video, 700 watch 10 seconds, 500 watch 50%, and so on, and it's all pretty consistent, you did good. The video is doing great. Another thing, look at the comments. Just look at the comments of the videos. Engagement, when I say engagement, it's not just video views, it's people tagging people commenting, people liking the video. Go in. If the comments are people saying, just straight up tagging their friends saying, man, you got to watch this. This is insane. Or, wow, this is great. Or, okay, where do I buy? Which you will see. That's good. But if people are tagging saying, why would I care about this? And it's more than once, that might not be the best thing. So to summarize that, checking the video KPIs allows you to see if your videos are resonating with your customers for literally 1/10 of the cost. It's going to take you, you'll know within a few $100 if your videos are working rather than a few, $1,000 if an ad was working, because the cost per link click is just a hell of a lot more expensive than a video view. So this just saves you a ton of money, right? It'll just save you so much time as well. You'll also be able to know what messages people like and don't like, which is big. That will frame your entire marketing and your entire company as a whole, right? And you'll also be able to see what part of the video each of your customers like the most. So if if 1,000 people watch over 50%, but 100 watch over 75%, you might have that might be part of the video that people don't like. So some common questions that we get about this part: what are some KPIs that I need to watch out for? So, like I said before, it should not cost you more than $1 to get someone to watch 10 seconds and above a video one. If that's happening, cut it. After that, look at just the overall flow of the videos themselves. But the main KPIs you need to be looking for is the cost per sale and the cost per sale and the amount of sales. The cost per sale should drop dramatically, but the amount of sales should be going up over time. That might not happen right away, but the cost per sale at the end of the day should be a lot lower. And okay, well, what if my videos aren't doing well? What then? Simple, back to the drawing board. That means your messaging wasn't right. You can get the video and send it to people. Say, hey, do you like this? What don't you like about this? Get some feedback. All you found out if your videos don't work is what your customers don't want. That's a win. So let's go over the process. Number 1, get to know your customers on a personal level. Number 2, map out how you can use the cognitive biases in your videos. 3, create the videos, map them all out, and post them on your Facebook page. Launch them as engagement campaigns. Retarget the warmed-up audience with conversion ads. Easy, done. And as the whole time you're looking at the KPIs. Simple. Now, I want to go over a few ways that you yourself can achieve this. Number 1, you can do it yourself. You can take the information you learned today and execute this whole thing. You really can. At the end of the day, though, this could potentially fail because the skills that are needed is more than just running Facebook ads. It's so specialized. It took me years to get this down that it could just waste you a ton of time. If you don't know video editing, you still have to hire a videographer, and that person might not know exactly how to structure the video in a strategic way. And at the end of the day, it'll take you away from working on your business, on your vision, on your brand, on your goals, and you'll end up working in the trenches, which you didn't want to do, or at least I'm willing to bet. Number 2, you can hire someone in-house, or you can outsource to an agency that you already know, or maybe you have, my uncle does this, or my nephew or my niece does social media. They're young. And that's true. They probably do know social media. But unless they've executed on this exact process before time and time again, they're going to waste so much money into your ads. It's not a thing. It's not a jab on your, friends and family. It's just true, right? I'm sure you know that. And they're going to have to coordinate with a videographer and editor unless you know one. But let's say, even if you do, they have to coordinate with that person and map out exactly what they want, as well as the editor learning what they want, which is even more time. And at the end of the day, the ads are going to plateau super fast without a corrective measure and contingency plans put in place, which we put in. And that will just lead to more money being dumped in the ads, which is not always the answer, which will lead to more wasted money, more time, and you're just going to end up having to work in the business and not on it, which is more time. Option number 3, you can work with us. We are by far the fastest and most efficient and cost-friendly way to get this entire thing mapped out, filmed, edited, launched, and profitable. Easy, done. We'll get the funnel and entire back-end system completely built out and profitable and perfected in less than 45 days. And it's honestly for a 10th of the cost, 10th of the price, 10th of the effort, and 100th of the headaches. And it'll help you, especially in the long term with your business. You'll be able to focus on your business and its vision rather than being constantly in the trenches, having to learn digital advertising, all for it to just update again and then have to start from ground zero, which is the most annoying thing. And you'll be able to test out a new offer and a new product and get it profitable with ease. So use us, use our system. So if you have a program that you built and you're kind of thinking, well, I've never launched it on a mass scale, well, we'll find out if it works or not. We'll find out if it's what people want or not very quickly. And then to go into more of a managing level, your team is going to see the change. Your team is going to see what the plan is, the goal. I'll talk with your team personally, get everyone on the same page. Hey, this is what we're doing. This is the goal. This is how we're going to get there. They're going to work even harder. They have a crystal clear direction. They know what to do. No questions asked. And you'll have the best possible shot at creating a legitimate multi-million-dollar fitness company that helps thousands and millions of people around the world. Easy. Now, I want to reemphasize, this is for those who have already built a fitness personality brand and are already doing extremely well and just want to keep growing as fast and efficiently as possible. There's also for those who have a personality brand who can't seem to figure out what's holding them back. It's probably something like the messaging or the audience or both or many things, but they just need to figure that out. You're a gym owner who after this coronavirus outbreak is struggling. And you need to put all this online and not just put it online, but grow it as well. Get profitable, make a lot of money fast. This is perfect for you. And obviously a supplement company. You have a product that you want to sell. You have multiple products you want to sell. You have offers you want to sell. This is ideal. Now to go through some more case studies and kind of go into more detail about them. As you saw with the frog, $0 to $20,099 in 60 days. Spent the $1,657.72 on ads in 30 days and made back the $20,099, but in net, it was $11,110, which is a 6.7x ROI. This was actually on Yahoo Finance, which will be down below if you want to take a look at that article when an investor actually came in and bought all the inventory. We scaled it even higher. Doc Farhan, as you saw all of his videos. You saw everything that we did for him at one point before all those videos. 2K page views, 322 add to carts, and 25 purchases. And then after implementing this strategy the first time, as you can see, to 6.1K page views, 1.2K add to carts, and 137 purchases, which is a 5.48 increase in sales. And we spent the exact same amount of ads that we did with these results, which is cool. We just decreased the cost per sale. And an actual quote from Mr. Imran Lamri, who is this co-founder of Aphro-D. He said, Danny helped us integrate the video retargeting strategy and helped us increase our revenue by 45% in just a few months. Danny is the man. Thank you, Imran. And he said 45%. And what I love about this is that's recurring revenue. It's a monthly product. So not everyone kept going monthly, but 45% increase after 4 months of people staying on, which is huge numbers. Another one, I didn't mention this before, but Lauren Fox On Demand, this is one that you guys can probably resonate with. We got them a 65% increase in online sales in under 90 days. And before, they struggled to get a sale per month. They had a marketing agency for over a year that couldn't get anything going. They tried multiple funnels, multiple ads, couldn't do anything. And after they were averaging close to 1 sale per day, as you can see in month May 2020, we got them to 23, and we spent less than what the last company was doing. Now, I want to go over some benefits of what you're going to get if you work with us. And even if you just use this strategy, you're going to be able to generate leads and sales at a rate that honestly you never thought possible. And your brand is going to explode. You're going to be everywhere. You can end up getting on news articles. This is big. The goal will even be get you verified. You can 100% get the 6 and 7 figures in 12 months if you execute properly. Obviously, this depends on where you are in your business and how it's, structured, but it's very possible. And you can finally start working on your business, not in it. You're going to feel empowered, confident, and motivated, knowing that you're helping thousands of people get healthier and live better lifestyles. You'll be able to map out your goals. We're here, and we want to get here, and here's exactly how we're going to do that. Boom, easy. You're speaking with customers. You're having a good time. You're creating workout programs. You're creating more products. You're working on the brand. It's a lot more fun that way. So some features that we offer, the services really, Facebook and Instagram ads, which allow you to focus on the bigger picture. This is the definition of working in the trenches, which we have a team that does. And this will allow you to, like I said, create the brand vision with us, and you'll be able to work on the business. Also, funnel building and optimization. This will allow you to save time and money by not hiring a web designer or having to do it yourself. We have multiple templates that we have through funnels. So the Frog and Lauren was actually built off the same type of template, because once you get a certain template and a flow of a funnel for a specific type of product, we use that because it's completely proven. Then you just the hardest part is just the copy, which is already the vast majority of it, but the funnel itself is already mapped out. We can also help map out and integrate the entire back end, email automation, chatbot automation, SMS text messaging. This basically allows you to hit all leads from all angles. If they didn't buy, we're going to hit them again. But we're not going to hit them again in a, hey, buy now, hey, buy now. It's very strategic, and it's very services senior to selling mindset. We do have a videographer and an editor on staff, and the reason why is because we needed these videos to be made in a specific way, in a specific formula. So when I trained someone on that, we kept them in-house. It just makes the process turnkey. And I personally work with my clients on helping them map out the brand strategy as a whole, helping them create the video scripts. This is especially key for videos too, right? So we'll write out the entire video for you. I'll write out the script with you. I'll help you record it. I'll do everything with you. And you're going to have a clear map on where exactly you want to go, and more importantly, how you're going to get there, right? And in a specific period amount of time. So book a call with us. Click the button below, click the link below, depending on where you're watching this, and book a call. There's going to be a quick questionnaire, just a few questions, 8 to 10 questions. Just want to hear more about what you guys are doing, your goals and everything, how we can help. We're going to get on a Zoom call together. My Calendly is going to be on the next page. I like Zoom. I like to get to know people one-on-one, get personal with them, right? Hear more about what you guys are doing and see if we can help. Really simple. I do want to make it very clear though, since this is a service-based business, we know how many clients we can take on at a time for the elite clients. And what I mean by that is the whole 9 yards of the features. We can still do a lot of the, 1 or 2 or 3 features or services at a time. But for the elite ones, we can only take on 7 more at this very time. And just to kind of summarize everything and letting you know to book a call, Facebook and Instagram ads management and optimization. That's the copywriting, optimizing, launching, and scaling. The funnel building and optimization, copywriting including the funnel, the whole 9 yards. Setting all the back end up, email, automation, SMS texts, chatbot optimization. We do have a videographer and editor on staff, so we can get that whole thing done. If you already have clips, put them in. We're going to have you put them in a Google Drive, send them over, done deal. The entire content and brand strategy mapped out. So not just the 3 videos and then some ads. I mean, like deep down into the future as well. And it's all for a third of the typical price. That's why I like to include all these things into one bundle. So it's not just one and one and one and one. It's all really cost effective. And like I said, we can only take on 7 more elite clients at this time. And when every time we've had an elite client, we've knocked it out of the park 100% of the time. And on top of that, we'll add in 2 weekly consulting Zoom calls with you and your team on any topic you guys want to go over specifically. So if there is a topic that you guys want to just learn more and take it off of our hands or anything like that, we'll do it. We'll do it for free for those of you who sign up here. Now I want to go over some Q&As. This is really, really important. Some common questions I get on every call, basically. Will this work if I don't have any customers yet? Absolutely. As long as you have a solid idea of who your ideal customer is for your offer and which platforms they're on, it's going to work. If you know who your customer is and where they are, we can get the messaging down easy. What if I don't know who my customer is, or I don't know what platform they're on? There's a lot of ways to do this. Like I said before, the best way is relate it to yourself. If you're a man in your 40s and you're targeting men in your 40s, you know what men in their 40s like and where they are. Same thing if you're a woman in your 20s, 30s, whatever. Pretty easy. You probably also have friends who are around the same age, or maybe they have kids in their 20s or maybe teenagers. Ask them. Just use your network, right? Use the Facebook audiences to your advantage as well. Get that exact number of people, where they are, what they're liking, what page they're liking. You'll be able to see that. If you have further questions about this topic, email me directly, Danny@aftermathmarketing.co. We'll go over everything. So, Danny, what if I have someone on staff that I want to have execute all this? I hired them. Now I need them to do it. I don't want to have to outsource it because there's no point of having them, which I get. And this is getting very frequent, especially with gyms. So the best way to approach is one of the following. Number one, send this video to them and just be like, learn, go through everything, study it, have them write down notes, quiz them on it. Or you can reach out to us about consulting with you and your team. And you can email me directly, Danny@aftermathmarketing.co, or just fill out the questionnaire below. And this could be done through straight up consulting and no hands-on, or we can go through the package that we went over, which is consulting on top of this, which we can just eventually just transfer over to you guys. We'll execute it, teach you how we're doing it, go through everything step by step, and boom, good to go. And what if we only need 2 or 3 of the services offered, just a few? That's a great question. And if you only need a few of those services, we'll execute them. No problem. That saves us time, right? And at the end of the day, if you don't need any of the other services, there's no point of us adding it on. If your email automation is already set up completely good to go, we're not going to do it, right? It saves us time, allows us to focus on more things. Pretty easy. With that being said, I still need to look at everything to make sure that it actually is. Because if your email automation is set up and we run ads and it turns out the email automation is set up, but the copy is atrocious, it's probably not going to help anyone. So I still want to take a look. But if it's all set up and it's good, we're good. No problem. Are there any long-term contracts? Nope. The reason we start with 90 days is because that's how long. We've done this enough times where we know how long it typically takes for us to get everything set up, rolling, profitable, and fast. Once that initial 90-day window comes up, we look back and determine whether or not it makes sense to keep going. But it usually just turns out into that conversation really never even comes up. It's usually, okay, like, can't wait to keep going. And it just keeps going and going and going, right? It's not a big deal. And how do I know you guys are legit? This is a great question, and we get this all the time. That's why I showed case studies and everything at the beginning. But at the end of the day, to be really transparent with you, I am very aware of the state of the marketing agency industry, so to speak. I know most of them aren't good. The way I say it is there's a lot of saturation in the marketing agency game, but there's not a lot of competition. There's not a lot of people who can actually do what they do what they say. They can't really prove it, right? But to take it to a whole nother level, maybe you've seen case studies or something like that in the past, email me directly, Danny@aftermathmarketing.co. Let me know that you want to see, that you want to speak with a client one-on-one. I will give you the contact information of multiple clients. I'll give you the contact information of the clients I showed you here. You can ask them, hey, were these real or not? Speak to them one-on-one. That is completely fine with me. I'm totally okay with that, and I will let you guys talk one-on-one. Easy, done. What if I can't afford it? We'll go over pricing on the call. It could be anything from $2,000 a month to, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. But if you can't afford it, we'll execute on the foundational services in order to get it off the ground and rolling. Whatever we have to do to make it happen, we'll make it happen. Whether that is just a few services, the main core services are ads and funnels. And if we can do those 2 things, we can make it profitable fast, and the rest of them kind of just be created on as you get more and more and more profitable and you grow more and more, right? Email me directly once again at Danny@aftermathmarketing.co, and we'll go through everything on deciding which services are best for you. Maybe it's just consulting. Easy. What if I don't have time? At the end of the day, I get it. You have a lot on your plate. You're a business owner. You might have a family. You may have kids. You have all these other responsibilities. And at the end of the day, we get hired to save time and for the KPIs that we can hit. We understand that. And you didn't go into business to run Facebook ads. You didn't start a fitness company and get excited to run Facebook ads. It's not why you wake up in the morning. I'm willing to bet, right? And with that being said, we still need you to dedicate some time working with us. It is a team effort, us. Us and you is a team effort, a yin and yang. Eventually, it's going to get to the point where you'll know what type of content we need before we even ask. Easy, done. That's a back and forth. Easy, done. It's a team effort. It's efficient, and it's a lot of fun to do. So we still need some effort, but it's not going to take up a whole bunch of your time. You're not going to have to do a whole bunch of things. It's just minimal. What if we're already doing well and growing? And like I said, this is you. You're the first person I listed on who we want to work with. With that being said, the reason this is ideal is everything's already proven, and us scaling ads is easy for us. It's very easy for us to get the cost per sale down because that's what the whole strategy is about. That's usually where the root of the problem is whenever someone has plateaued on their ads. So if this is you, we really want to work with you. Last question, but the most important one that I probably get every day. Danny, we've already done Facebook and Instagram advertising in the past with another agency. it went awful. What makes you guys different? And this is a great question. On top of, I'll get you in contact with our clients. But on top of that, let me list out something. Trusting someone with a specific skill and responsibility is big, and especially something like advertising, because if you don't do it right, it holds you back from hitting your goals and it makes you lose a ton of money, which especially now is not what we want. We never want, but we can't have that happen. And that's why we specifically work in the fitness and the personality brand spaces, because we know exactly what to do, when to do it, and how to do it, and it's subconscious in the entire team's effort. It's not too difficult for us at all. You know, we already know what we need to do, so it just becomes a lot easier, and we did that on purpose. We can also provide collaborations between you and other fitness influencers and personality brands. So if you're a guy who wants to work with younger guys on their fitness and you have a program, partnering you with someone like Farhan, who works with younger guys but helps them with their testosterone levels, would be big. We have that network that feel free to leverage. That's one of the ways that makes us massively different, is our client list could boost you fast. With that being said, the clients only want to work with people who also have a big name, but we can get you there. And another thing, we make it a point to educate our clients. We never just simply launch the ads and leave you in the dark. We send out these weekly analytical reports that we explain, here's what we spent, here's what we got back, here's what we're looking at, here's how we can improve, here's our next steps, here's how we're going to get better, here's what we can use from you. You'll know everything. So if your wife or your husband ever asks, well, what are they doing? You'll know, easy. Our main services are ads and funnels because our main objective is to increase revenue at all times. Everything else is a byproduct. Grow the brand, byproduct. Get verified, byproduct. Get shout outs, byproduct. Everything else. Everything is about making more money. Really, really, really simple, right? Another thing, we look at the entire strategy from a consumer's perspective on top of a marketer's perspective. We don't know many people who do that. And since I just bought a new fitness program the other day, I know what I want to see. If I'm someone like me, I'm 22, about to turn 23. If I'm one of your ideal clients, I know exactly what I want, obviously, right? Pretty easy. And our whole team is big into this fitness space. A lot of us were athletes, or we still work out all the time. Same thing with personality brands. We buy programs all the time. And like I said before, but to reemphasize, we do provide those weekly analytical reports that are huge, right? You're going to know at all times what we're doing, how we're doing it, the plan, the next steps, how we can improve, how we can get better, what we need from you. This is vital because communication is key. I'm available whenever you need me to be available. You email me at 1 a.m., I'll reach out if I'm awake, which I usually am. We're available. We're here to help. We know this is a service-based business, so we service our clients. Pretty simple. So at the end of the day, guys, click the link below or click the button below. Go through the questionnaire. Book a call with me on my Calendly. We'll get on a Zoom call, and I'll speak with you soon. Thank you so much, and I look forward to speaking with you. See you guys.